Good evening and welcome to Hoskins Stadium. We're here for Holy Innocents Golden Bears football powered by SUV TV alongside Dunn Neugebauer. I'm Ned Case. And Dunn, it's senior night, it's fall break. The stadium might not be as packed as usual, but it is a big time game here for the Golden Bears looking to snap a 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, you don't want to say it's must win, but it's pretty darn close. It'd be nice if we could run the table, go 6-4 and be assured of the playoff bid. 5-5 tends to open yourself up to how other teams did, strength of schedule, blah, blah, blah. So it starts tonight, and then we're off next week, so we'll have a while to prepare for Trinity Christian, which is a good football.
And we will talk about Trinity Christian and the remaining schedule as the broadcasts go on. Last week, Holy Innocents dropped a close one and a heartbreaker to Mount Vernon, 32-29. Hunter Hawk, Michael Cox, Jack Felton all rushed for a touchdown. Graham Collins had a big pick six. But ultimately, it was turnovers and a costly one late. But we did see Devin Farrell in at quarterback for the first time consistently this year, and it looked pretty good at times.
I think the word on the street is we might see him some more tonight, too. Just from collecting information between classes, you know, the Snoopy reporter that I am, I think we're going to see some of him tonight, too. And, you know, there's pros for both of them. You know, this is nothing against Matt Davis. He
right,
runs
absolutely.
the offense and runs the clock, and if we got a lead, I love him out there.
Yep, Farrell added a little more to the passing game, showing his ability with that big, strong arm. Just a freshman. We'll see him at defensive back too, so it's great to have Davis because we're going to see Farrell on defense so much as well. Now looking at strong rack, the Patriots come in, traveling from Locust Grove, 3-3 on the year, 2-1 in the same region as the Golden Bears, but kind of opposite schedules. For Strong Rock, a little bit easier at the beginning, front loaded on the back end. Holy Innocents started their region play with Elka, the defending Class A state champs, and then some other tough teams, Mount Vernon, Wesleyan, etc. So different ways to look at it, but coming in with a lot of confidence is Strong Rock.
Well, we're looking at what we're 28 in the rankings,
yep.
and Strong Rock's 25.
Yep.
So you're looking at maybe potentially a one-possession game, and but be nice to close the deal. You know, we were close last week. We had a lead last week.
Yep.
We didn't get a call at halftime, or maybe you say we did get a call. I don't know how to phrase that, but got to finish, and I think a win here will put us
in a good position.
Pretty good position.
Absolutely, and you know, as Strong Rock gets ready to, looks like, receive the kickoff. We look at some of the guys from that last week, lost last week 42-0 against Trinity Christian, a very good Trinity Christian team. It was 28-0 at halftime, so kind of a tough go from the start for Strong Rock, but they're led by their quarterback and Georgia Tech commit, Demetrius Knight. He's got 1,300 yards, total yards on the season already, 800 on the ground, so he's going to do a lot of running. Running back Jackson Wilkerson, we'll hear his name, had over 200 yards in their win against Landmark. So it's going to be a lot of ground and pound for both teams. I saw a number earlier this year. Their quarterback Knight against Landmark ran the ball 22 times for 250 yards. A quarterback carrying the ball that much.
Yeah, this will go back to what Coach Winter said in early season. Wrap up and tackle. You know, we missed a lot of – last year that was one of our big problems. So we're going to have to hit him, wrap up, and take him down. And then on our side, Michael Cox looks to do what Michael Cox does. Right straight up the middle all night long.
You talk about tackling. That's one of the Ed Voiles Automotive Group keys to the game. As always, it's tackling, it's winning that turnover battle, and it is winning field position and the kicking game. Everything has been pretty good this year. Struggled to turnover battle, just not really giving it away too much. They are creating some on the defense with a couple interceptions and fumble recoveries this season.
And we've gotten a little better about our penalties. Our first two games, we were off the charts, not in a good way.
Dobbs' kick short of the end zone, returned just across the 20-yard line to about the 21. Looked like that was 21 on the return. Jackson Wilkerson, the running back. And looking at the head coaches for both teams, first for Holy Innocents, Coach Todd Winter, second season, 5-11, but starting to turn this program around, going in the right direction. 60-plus kids in the program this year, and really making strides. There's got to really learn to win some football games.
Yeah, I think we still have a little bit of youth out there that sometimes we have trouble closing the deal. But I think it's, like you said, positives, heading the right way, and I think it's going to happen.
Starting with a throw, quick throw out to number 2, Hassan. He's looking for room. He's got about 5 yards.
On the catch.
And Strong Rock is led by their head coach, Tommy Webb, 5th season at the helm of the Patriots football program, 19-31. They're coming off a nice 2017 season where they went 5-6 and made the playoffs. Lost in the first round of Cavalry Day. They got a 2nd and 6 here as we see Demetrius White for the first time. At quarterback, number 7. He's going to take a quick throw out again, this time out to number 8, Lawrence. Lawrence got a first down and more, tripped up. Bo Maxwell on the tackle. So 2 quick throws out to the sideline for this landmark team, and we were talking about how much we thought we would see the run game.
Well, that was kind of the way at Mount Vernon. We were talking about the guy that had all those yards rushing, and they came out throwing like a flag football game. Almost every, they ran it once the first couple of possessions, I think.
So 1st and 10, first down of the game. Now motioning out is Howell. Snap and handoff up the middle. It's Wilkerson. He's got a first down and more, crossing into Bear territory. Tackled at the 45-yard line. First carry of the game for Jackson Wilkerson. So 2 quick throws out wide, sort of spread out that Bears defense, opening up those run lanes.
Yeah, he had a good hole and he had some quickness to get through it.
So Wilkerson behind Knight in the shotgun, now motions to the left of the formation, empty backfield for Knight. It looks like a power run, it is. Knight on the keeper, looking for room. Graham Collins as well as Will Shane in there on the tackle.
That's 2 of our big seniors will be honored at halftime today.
That was 50, Griffin McKinnis, not 60. Okay. And one thing I noticed is the captains met at midfield. Richard Johnson back in uniform. A captain, missed the last 2 games, I believe.
But one bit of news, Hall O'Neill is not in uniform. One of our big linemen on both sides of the ball.
O'Neill definitely making his presence felt on the defensive front this year. Snap to Knight. He's going to give to Wilkerson. Hole quickly, but shut down Hunter Hawk. And again, McKinnison on the tackle.
Jackson Wilkerson on the carry for the Patriots. Down by number 50, Griffin McKinnis.
So 3rd and 7, big 3rd down here for the Bears. Although a little bit in that 4-down territory that we talk about every week. In between those 40s, it's a little too close to punt. Certainly too far for field goal attempt. So we'll see what they go with. They're going to line up the same backfield as Knight's joined by Wilkerson. 2 receivers each side. Now they shift the formation. We're going to have false start. Yep.
Yeah, that was wasn't that too many in the backfield? Wasn't it that guy? I don't know. Perhaps.
And no, looks like a timeout was called.
Oh, wow, okay.
By Strong Rock. And while we have a break in the action and both teams looking for their first touchdown, we want to let you know if you want to become a part of the Holy Innocents Touchdown Club, just visit hiestdclub.org/join. Find out how you can be part of the Touchdown Club, hiestdclub.org/join to figure out how you can be a member of the Holy Innocents Touchdown Club. So timeout there. Patriots kind of feel the importance of this opening drive. I think for both these teams, this is a chance to kind of spring load into that back end of the season. 3-game stretch. Holy Innocents, we talked about 3-game losing streak, really looking to grab momentum. Haven't won since their home opener against Rutland.
Yeah, it's been a matter of not playing for 4 quarters, part of the thing. And Coach Winter addressed the team a couple times on that. You know, the Wesleyan game was 2 totally different teams on the field. We were down 24-0 at half and then outscored them 16-0 in the second. You got to put together 4 quarters of football.
And quick throw out and incomplete. That was intended for number 10, Cole Ramsey. Couldn't be corralled, and it'll be a punt situation. Chance to flip some field position and get Holy Innocents to start deep in their own territory. And you talk about that Wesleyan game, you know, it was, you know, a much closer second half. The defense played well. Offense never really got it going. It was 2 different kind of close games last week versus against Wesleyan. You know, at Mount Vernon, you felt like Holy Innocents could win the game at any time. You know, Wesleyan was like scrapping and clawing to get what you could get.
Yeah, we dug ourselves too big of a hole with a tough second quarter where we turned it over 3 times.
A long punt, and it's going to go into the end zone. That was a big punt off the foot of Ramsey, who just dropped that pass before. Maybe a little extra juice in that punt after the frustration of the drop. So 8:57 to go in our opening quarter. And this is when Holy Innocents will start their first possession. We'll see who comes in at quarterback. It's Davis. Not a big surprise there. The junior Matt Davis comes in to today's game with 3 touchdowns. 2 passing, 1 rushing. Well, really, he just does a masterful job of running this offense.
Yeah, he does. He's gained really good experience last year when he took over around the first quarter of the season. And he's got a lot of, there he goes, he goes.
Yep, keeps on the first play of the game and has a first down out to the 30-yard line. And a quick decision there. I was honestly half expecting them to start with Cox up the middle. And I think so was Strong Rock. And you'll see him on the replay just collapse really hard there. The outside edge goes to Vincilette, the motion man, and a big hole for Davis. And Davis, 3 total touchdowns. That doesn't tell the whole story. He does a lot of running kind of in between the 20s before Hawk and Cox bully their way in.
Yes, he does. Had some good runs this year.
Tight formation, Williams the running back. That time to give to Cox. He's through, stays on his feet, first down, and taken down from behind. Tackle there by 32 in White Mitchell Barton. 2 plays, 2 first downs. Nice start to the opening drive for the Golden Bears. And we mentioned fall break here. The stand's starting to fill up, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
Getting excited as they see their Bears pick up 2 first downs. Again, the tight formation. This time, Cardian is the receiver. Vincilette in motion and trying to get Strong Rock to jump. Good discipline out of their front. Give Cox up the middle. Nowhere to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 white jerseys there waiting for Michael Cox.
They hit him the way you have to hit him before he can get going.
So 2nd and 10, first play that hasn't gone for a first down of this drive. And last week we saw the opening drive in most of the game. Holy Innocents running 2 receivers to the same side, split out to the wide side. Now a single receiver tight to the formation to start this opening drive. Davis on the keeper, has room, shows a little bit of shake, and he's taken down there by the quarterback and linebacker, Demetrius Knight. Knight, a big athlete out there, 6'2", 200 pounds. We talked about it, committed to Georgia Tech. They could use him either way, in that linebacker safety way or running that triple option as we talked about. Big time running threat. Didn't see too much of that on the opening drive, though, for Strong Rock. So 3rd and 5, first 3rd down situation for this Holy Innocents offense. Davis under center. He's got Vincilette and Felton as his A-backs, and a give to Cox, and he's tripped up, just crosses. No, looks like spotted right at midfield. And I would think Coach Winter wants, I was going to say to take the field position, but no hesitation. They're going to go for it. 4th and 3, opening drive.
He's not scared to do that, as we've seen for 2 years.
and early we saw the timeout on 3rd down for Strong Rock. Now a no doubt decision on 4th and short here for Holy Innocents. Both teams trying to gain control of this game early.
Try to draw him off. Nope.
Alexander, pitch out wide. First time they've gone to the edge all day. He's not going to get it. Well strung out there. Mitchell Brown in there, as well as number 10, Cole Ramsey, who made the initial stop. And a big stop there for the Strong Rock defense. So 2 first downs on the first 2 plays of that drive. And then 4 plays combining for 8 yards. Led to a turnover on downs, and Strong Rock will get the ball back. First and 10, ball on the 49 of Strong Rock. They need a yard to cross into Holy Innocents territory for the 2nd time. Wilkerson with Knight in the backfield. Give to Wilkerson, cuts it up, not a lot of room. Well defended there. Sam Aiken in there with Hunter Hawk and 53, Harrell, I believe. And Graham Collins is having a helmet issue. William Wills ready to get in the game right away. excuse me, Moreland Bell, 44. That's good to see, though. So, you know, Collins came off. Next guy ready to go, right on the field.
Next man up.
Second and 8. Keeper for Knight right up the middle. Bounces off one tackle. And then Hawk gets him by his feet. McKinnis and Felton come and clean it up.
Brought down by number 5.
Another third down in a very similar spot to the last one, but this one only about 4 yards needed for the third down. As we're under 5 minutes in our opening quarter, we talked about how this may be quick moving.
We always say that, don't we?
We've had a lot of high scoring games. I mean, you know, it's
yeah.
Oh, last week Mount Vernon was slinging the ball around. Almost ran out of light last week.
Yeah, I was quick to point that out.
3rd and 4, Knight on the keeper, nowhere to go. Strung out a pile of red jerseys. Hunter Hawk in there. Michael Cox as well. McKinnis and a few others. So 4th and 4. And it'll be a similar situation where Strong Rock's going to try to win field position.
Well, their punter showed he's got some leg last time.
See if he can get a little more control. It's Cole Ramsey back deep to punt. Snap to Ramsey. Aiken came, but nowhere to go. High punt. This is a much better one. See which way it bounces. Took a little bit of a Holy Innocents bounce there. Put down at the 22-yard line. That's where Holy Innocents will start their second drive. So, Dunn, what'd you like out of that opening drive for Holy Innocents that we saw? Moving the ball, it's stalling out a little bit around midfield.
Yeah, we opened up a couple of quick holes, and I even liked the 4th and 3 call. Try to get Taekwon outside.
Yep.
We had 2 blockers out there, but they had 3 defenders. But, you know, I like trying to spread the field a little bit. You know, give Matt Davis a little room to run that option.
And that's how they start spreading the field with 2 receivers split out to the wide side of the field, Cardian and Williams. Ooh, Farrell and a quarterback as well. Farrell keeps a little midline. Got tripped up, only gained about a yard. So there we see different quarterbacks, different formations. Second and 8. Clock approaches 3 minutes here in our opening quarter. 2nd and 8. Farrell in at quarterback for the first time. Cardian splits wide. Felton motion. It's going to be a throw for Farrell. Rolling to his left. Throws it out to Felton and right off his hands. Would have been close to the first down. Turned that head just a split second early.
Looks like he was running with it before he caught it.
But already we see different kinds of motions with Farrell in at quarterback.
Yeah. Maybe 2 different playbooks.
Yep. I think we saw for the first time in 2 years, 3 receivers split out last week.
Yeah.
And Farrell threw the ball well. See what he does here on a 3rd and 8. Looks like the same motion to play. Alexander, they've got him.
Same play.
And hit off his hands as well. 2 well-designed plays. Good throw, just couldn't quite be hauled in. It'll bring up a punt situation. Coach Winter noticed how open it was on the last one, went to it again.
Exact same play.
But now you got to be worried Strong Rock's going to adjust to that one. So Marshall Nichols out for the first time. To punt. Still tied at 0 here. Both teams with 2 possessions. Holy Innocents punting to give Strong Rock their 3rd. And 2 return guys as Knight is back deep with Hassan.
Good punt.
Fielded by Hassan, fair catch at the 35-yard line. Very nice punt.
Ball will be spotted for 36 for the Patriots, 1st and 10.
About a 43-yard punt out of Nichols. And that ball was spotted at the 36-yard line. So nice job turning the field over by Nichols, and he's kind of been a secret weapon for this team.
He has. He's been around 40, 41. He had the one block, but you can't blame him.
Right.
Necessarily blame him for that. But yeah, he's been a consistent punter. Only a sophomore, no less.
So that's where Strong Rock will start the drive. They're going to go 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Single receiver to the bottom is Nick Hassan, the primary target in this passing offense. With a handoff to Wilkerson, bounces it outside. He's got a little bit of running room, close to the first down, now has it, and pushed out near midfield. The officials got him spotted at the 47-yard line. Nice run by Wilkerson, the sophomore.
Brought down by number 4, Leighton Dixon. That's the first down, Patriots.
Wilkerson had 12 carries and averaged almost 18 per carry against Landmark when he racked up 213 yards. Now, granted, it's against a struggling Landmark team, but shows his ability when given space. They give to Wilkerson again. He's got a big hole up the middle. First down. Farrell can't get him. Now he bounces to the outside, and it's going to be 6-4 Strong Rock. The Patriots on the board first. From 52 yards out, the sophomore Jackson Wilkerson.
Once he bounced outside, that was it. And then he had a blocker in front of him. Nothing but green.
You see the huge hole there on the replay. Farrell couldn't drag him down. And easy from there. Extra point is going to be handled by Will Manahan, and it is through to make it 7-0 here with 2:09 remaining in our opening quarter. 52-yard run by the sophomore Wilkerson gives Strong Rock the first points of the game. So they came out throwing early, and it opened up in between the tackles running so far for Strong Rock.
Yeah, they had a formation with like 5 wideouts, and everybody thought they were going to throw it, unfortunately including Holy Innocents. And they came with 2 good runs.
And Wilkerson showing that speed when he gets to the outside. Last year, the 10-point game as Strong Rock took down Holy Innocents 38-28. As we mentioned, Strong Rock went to the playoffs last year, exited in the first round, but one of the best seasons they've had in program history as Tommy Webb in his 5th season has this Patriots team moving in the right direction. They're 3-3, looking to move above 500. Meanwhile, Holy Innocents trying to move back into a good playoff position with a win here. Squib kick. Farrell handles it nicely at the 36. Bounces to the outside. Has some room. Crosses the 50. Cuts it inside. Makes one man miss. And is dragged down at the 35-yard line. Devin Farrell with, I thought the nicest move on that was the scoop up on the hop.
He looked like a shortstop.
Yep. See here on the replay, once he got to the outside, his speed and shake was on display. Made the first guy miss. The second guy as well, and then finally was dragged down as he crossed the middle of the field.
Yeah, really good hands. Well, we've talked about his athleticism anyway.
About a 35-yard return there. And Matt Davis back in at quarterback. Saw Farrell on the last possession. Double tied in with Collins and Richard Johnston at the top. They're going to check with Coach Winter. Give up the middle, hurdling one man, staying on his feet, breaking some tackles. Cox to the outside, tripped up there by Knight. It's going to be close to first down yardage. He'll have it by about 2 yards. And you see them selling out to get Cox right at the line. If they don't, he's had some running lanes. I think he's had 4 carries, 2 for no yards and 2 for 10 yards.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to get with this triple option attack. We see 2 linemen set up over the guards. Keep by Davis. Slipped up trying to cut it inside. Gain of 1 on the play. Ball at the 21-yard line, trying to move in the red zone for the first time tonight.
for the Bears.
And Davis comes out. Farrell checks back in. Cardi and the receiver split out to the top of the screen. Felton in motion. Farrell's going to throw. Cardian's not there. Now Farrell making it on his own. Gets into the 20-yard line down to the 17 in the red zone now. Looked like only one receiver was out on a pattern there. Cardian was running a sit route right to the sticks.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Bears.
3rd and 5 here, ball at the 17. They need the 12-yard line as we approach 30 seconds in our opening quarter. Most likely the last play if they don't pick up a first down or get in. Farrell in at quarterback. Felton motions. They're going to run. It's a draw play to Cox. Well read. Waiting for the running back was number 8, Hunter Lawrence.
35, Michael Cox. It's a loss of 2 on the play. Going to pick up a 4th and 8 for the Bears.
And as the clock winds down under 5 seconds, that'll be the last play as we see a well-defended play there by Strong Rock. The draw has been a successful play for Holy Innocents this year. Strong Rock was waiting on it, and that closes out our opening quarter. The score 7-0. The Patriots lead Holy Innocents. We'll be back on SUV TV's coverage of Holy Innocents Golden Bears football right after this. Back to Hoskins Stadium. Second quarter action here as Holy Innocents hosts Strong Rock. Coming up from Locust Grove. 4th down here, and it's going to be a field goal attempt for Blake Dobbs. They've got the tee spotted at the 27-yard line, making this a 37-yard attempt. Good snap, good hold, nice height. Did it sneak in? It did. Blake Dobbs, 37 yards out. Could have been good from maybe even 45. And that's encouraging to see, mostly because we kind of always talk about what is field goal range.
Yeah, well,
and Dobbs showed the leg.
Well, you said it right there. He had plenty of room on that one. He had the height, the distance. Like I said, he told me he's done one from 54 before.
And it's a pretty perfect night tonight. Little bit toasty still, but we're just, I think, expecting that at this point in the fall.
Yeah.
But the sun went down for kickoff. A little bit cooler. It's so cool. The kids got their Hawaiian shirts on.
There you go. Blake Dobbs, who still walks the halls during the week with a boot on his foot. And then come game time, he's ready to go.
That's becoming one of my favorite storylines. Did he have the boot this week or not?
He had the boot this week, too. Today, in fact.
So Dobbs puts his right foot into it. The last one didn't go for a touchback. This one will. And Strong Rock will start their drive at the 20-yard line with the Georgia Tech commit, Demetrius Young, trying to get this offense going for another touchdown. Although it's been Wilkerson and his strength running the football. So McKinnis and Spencer Getz along with Sam Aiken on the defensive front. Collins and Hawk the linebackers. Corners are Tyler Rowe and Leighton Dixon, as well as Alexander Felton. And now Michael Cox runs on late. Holy Innocents kind of scrambling to get set. Now gets set. Motion man for the Patriots. Snap and give to Wilkerson. Hunter Hawk met him right at the line. Falling forward for a yard was Wilkerson. Hawk read that one well, and Hawk's a pretty sure tackler He makes a lot of solo tackles, and he's good in space.
Yes, yes, he is.
So 3 receivers, 1 lined up in the backfield, even with Knight. Knight's going to throw, looking left, quick snaps it out, caught by Hassan, and nice pursuit there by Felton to not let the catch go for much more.
Number 2, Nick Hassan on the catch for the Patriots. Brought down by number 27, Graham Collins of the Bears. It's a 6-yard gain. Gonna check that. 6-yard gain is going to bring up a 3rd and 3 for the Patriots.
Nick Hassan is going to be the favorite target of Knight most of the night. You see that arm strength Knight had. He zips that ball quick out of his hand. Big 3rd down here, though. Ball inside their own 30 for Strong Rock. Man in motion. It's going to be a quick throw. They throw it out to the man in motion. Jack Felton's there. Tripped him up. Pass was caught by Lawrence, but nowhere to go, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Hunter Lawrence on the reception. Brought down.
Felton with 2 big tackles there, and Dunn, we talked about those keys of the game, tackle, tackle, tackle. 3 great tackles in space right there.
Yeah, I know. If he gets by Felton right there, he's got a 1st down and plenty more. Jack Felton, one of our juniors.
It is senior night here for Holy Innocents. We'll recognize all the seniors from the fall sports at halftime, but we still got 10 minutes until then. Alexander stands on his own 39. They got in there trying to block it. Nice body control to not run into the punter. Nice Holy Innocents bounce. Good starting field position at the 43-yard line.
I thought that was going to be blocked.
Cole Ramsey on the punt.
It looked like it was. Farrell and Rowe were both there, but both of them did a nice job of not hitting the punter once they got there.
Their 42.
So Farrell starts this drive in at quarterback. Davis started the last one, but Farrell finished it. It led to a Blake Dobbs field goal, and then a big 3-and-out forced by this Holy Innocents defense that's starting to come together this season. Vincilette in motion. Farrell keeps, pitches out to Vincilette. Nice handle, but dragged down. Couldn't quite make Hassan miss. And really nice handle there by Vincilette. As Farrell pitched it hard. I think they were a little bit closer than they thought.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Vincilette showed some good hands right there.
Which unfortunately hasn't been the case so far for Holy Innocents. 2 drops on their opening drive. Or second drive, excuse me. So Alexander, the single receiver, he split out at the top of the screen. They're going to give it to Felton on the end around, and he's going to pick up 4 yards, bringing up a very manageable 3rd down for this Bears offense. They're at their own 47. They need the Patriots 48 to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Christian Padgett brings the play in, the sophomore who we saw on the field more last week.
Put in some good performances in the JV games as well, so he's a name we'll be talking about next 2.5 years.
And dummy motion. They tried to draw him offside to get the free easy 5. Now they're going to give it to Felton. Same play, other side. Felton running hard. Has the 1st down. Felton always runs, shoulders down, looking for contact, ready to run somebody over. And you talk about the JV team. They lost a close one to Marist, I heard. But competing with the likes of Marist, who's state contender in Class 4A, I believe.
It's 14-13 yesterday. Xavier Smith with a big game, threw for 1 touchdown, ran for another one. Defense picked up 2 fumbles.
Go ahead. We saw Smith with a varsity touchdown against Rutland. Give to Cox, barrels forward. And sometimes he gets on that pile and he just kind of rolls forward and picks up 3 more yards on top of all the bodies.
Hunter Lawrence. That's a 4-yard gain on the play. Pick up the 2nd and 6.
So 2nd and 6 for Holy Innocents. Cardian brings the play in. Williams comes out as the receiver. 2nd and 6 under 8 minutes. Handoff. Cox running through the first tackle, and Trey Donaldson is going to help drag him down. Donaldson, one of the leaders for this defense, had 6 tackles and a forced fumble and, fumble forced and fumble recovery last week.
3rd and 5 for the Bears at the 42 of the Patriots.
This will be 2-down territory for Coach Winter, I'm quite sure.
3rd and 5. He's hoping he doesn't even have to get to that 4th down. Williams, the receiver, split out wide. Haven't seen Williams with a catch yet this season. Ball's on the ground, and we'll see who fell on it. Strong Rock seems that they have it, and they do. So Strong Rock falls on the fumble from the quarterback center exchange. And Holy Innocents defense will have to get back on the field and try to force another punt. And Coach Winter's got to be a little bit frustrated with those turnovers. One, because they're so simple, but two, because it's kind of been an issue all year, the quarterback center exchange.
Yeah, it has. We lost a bit. Well, last week the big one wasn't a quarterback center, but we have lost a few on some pitches from too close in. And, yeah, they can prove costly, particularly, Wesleyan, they scored 17 points on our turnovers in the 2nd quarter alone.
Yep. Quick snap, throw out wide. Nice tackle by Tyler Rowe, but a catch by number 10, Cole Ramsey. We've called him all over the field, receiver, DB, and punter.
It's a 4-yard gain, going to bring up a 2nd and 6.
But another good one-on-one open field tackle, that time by a freshman in Tyler Rowe. And Rowe's been, we haven't called his name a lot, and part of that's a good thing as a cornerback when you're just playing lockdown. That's right.
Sometimes you don't want your name called, like when you're a long snapper, for example.
So motion to the near side. Now they're going to split out Wilkerson as well. Let's see if they give it to Wilkerson. They do. He's trying to bounce it outside. Has some room. That looked like a hold. Ball's on the ground. Dixon falls on it, and they're going to say he's down. So I did hear the whistle, so an unfortunate whistle.
Number 21, Jackson Wilkerson on the
See on the replay, it looks like on the edge, a little bit of a hold here on Felton, 57, trying to get the block on him.
Please come down to the end zone area.
But no call and called down, so no fumble. So nice start there for Strong Rock on this drive as we approach 5.5 minutes before the half. Wilkerson motions left again. Knight's going to throw false start up front.
Flag on the play. Offsides on the defense.
So 1st and 5. Oh, that was offsides. Pardon me.
Yep.
So 1st and 5 now for the Patriots. Ball on the 38-yard line of Holy Innocents. Shotgun look in the backfield. Now Wilkerson comes out right where there's already 2 receivers. Deep ball. Man is too far. Intended for Hassan. Tyler Rowe in coverage.
Tyler Rowe on the coverage. Pass ball's incomplete.
Quarterback looks very calm in the pocket.
That was I was going to say.
Very calm in the pocket.
That looked like maybe a little bit too cool on that one.
Part of that's a credit to the offensive line, but he looked like he was waiting for a bus. He was kind of standing there. And he needed to put a little more air into that one.
So clock stops with 5 minutes and 11 seconds to go. Snap, handoff, Wilkerson trying to get to the edge. Has it briefly and taken down. Nice tackle there by McKinnis.
Brought down by number 5, Sam Aiken, and number 2, Devin Farrell.
Excuse me, that was 5, not 50 on the tackle. So Sam Aiken with credit, and that was a much-needed tackle because it looked like there was going to be an edge.
Yeah, Sam Aiken does a good job. He's a wrestler. I know he can wrap up. No doubt about that.
So 3rd and 4. Holy Innocents defense has been pretty good on 3rd down so far tonight. That was 2 in motion. And keeper by Knight. And he drives forward. Strong lower body run there by the Georgia Tech commit to move the chains. And not a lot of guys move Hunter Hawk once they're wrapped up, but impressive run.
That was a good second and third effort right there because we had him 2 yards behind the first down line. It's hard to get away from Hunter Hawk, as you said.
And he didn't get too far, but he got away enough. 2 receivers at the top of the screen. Bottom of the screen is Ramsey. They're going to hand off to Wilkerson. He cuts it back. Nice hit. Hunter Hawk, as well as get a number on that 27. Graham Collins, linebackers, teaming up for that tackle.
Jackson Wilkerson on the carry. Gain of 2 on the play. Brought down by number 7.
See both linebackers. Collins comes up and sets the edge. Hawk fills. Jack Felton adds a little extra. And it brings up a 2nd and 7. Knight looks left, throws it out to Hassan. Caught, makes a man miss, and he's going to get in for 6. We talked about the open field tackling. There's the importance of it. That one is going to go 31 yards.
Yep, once he missed, it was over.
And we see on the replay, that was Leighton Dixon in coverage on the far side. Nice shake by Hassan once he got it.
Will Minahan on for the extra point.
So Strong Rock with their 2nd touchdown and adds on their 2nd extra point to make it 14-3. As Knight showcases his arm. Demetrius Knight has been impressive. Both running and throwing the football. He came into the game 1,300 plus total yards. Had 1,700 total yards last season. And Strong Rock, as we mentioned, punches in their 2nd touchdown. And if you want to be a member of the Holy Innocents Golden Bears Touchdown Club, just visit hiestdclub.org/join. Find out how you can join. hiestdclub.org/join for the Holy Innocents Touchdown Club. And they're looking for a touchdown here. They need one. They do get the ball to start the 2nd half.
I was about to say that. Get a good drive here, get some points, get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. We're definitely not outmanned here. We give up a couple of big plays, but this is doable.
And we saw Farrell snatch up a short kick. Let's see if they squib it again. Alexander's up on his own 15, so not expecting anything too deep. Another squib. Bounces to Alexander on the 20-yard line in stride. Looking for a lane. Has a lane. Now gets to the edge. Another big return. Down the sideline. He's got a blocker in front of him. Patiently waits. Alexander tracked down from behind at the 15-yard line. Impressive return there by Alexander. And great starting field position at the 14-yard line. See on the replay, he only had to make one man miss. He did. Turned on the Jets. And from there was only one man who could make the tackle, and he did slow them down enough.
Strong Rock might want to reconsider about those kind of kickoffs. That's 0 for 2. Devin Farrell made a good return and led to our 3 points. And we're in good shape right here.
So now 3:14 on the clock. Farrell comes back in at quarterback. Hunter Hawk and at B-back for the first time tonight. He gets the carry off tackle, picks up 3 yards down to the 10-yard line, 2nd and 7.
Gain of 3 on the play. Brought down by number 32, Mitchell Barton.
Mitchell Barton in on the tackle, as you can probably hear. Under 3 to go here. Holy Innocents can take their time. They've got all 3 timeouts, but no rush. Try to chew up some clocks. If you can't go 2 for 1. They give to Hawk, nowhere to go, maybe a yard. So a 3rd down.
Big Hunter Hawk on the carry, stuffed at the line.
And Strong Rock seems to have good team speed. I mean, we saw it by Hassan. Obviously, Knight and Wilkerson. Looks like he's playing a little bit on both sides of the ball. So the edge is going to be tough, I think, for Holy Innocents.
Yeah, we've seen that on our 4th and 3 sweep. One thing, they had three, they were out there waiting on Taekwon.
Cox back in for Hawk. No motion. Give right away to Cox. Jumps over the pile. Keeps driving forward. He's at the 5, but he's going to be 2 yards short.
Gain of 4 on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2 for the Bears.
It's 4th and 2, and Coach Winter's going to go for it. You know, it's when it's 4th down at this point of the field, you're kind of like field goal, go for it. And I'm looking for the kicker. The kicker's on the offensive line.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Don't see that all the time. They got it here at Holy Innocents, but they don't want to use them except for an extra point. Right now, as it's 4th and 2, ball on the 5. They need the 3. Crowd coming to life a little bit for the first time tonight. Clock winds, pitch out to Felton. He's got the edge. Felton is in. Touchdown, Golden Bears. 1:18 to go. And they needed 3 the first time they tried to get to the edge today. Didn't get it. Needed 2. They got 5 and a touchdown the second time. Felton on the replay. We see there. Really nice job there by Richard Johnson from his tight end position of sealing the edge. And Felton's hard run and gets him in from there.
2 good kick returns have led to 10, if that's good. No good.
So 14-9, that one pushed wide by Dobbs after he drilled a 37-yarder earlier. And maybe that's just part of the problem, going from being a lineman to a kicker in one play.
That's right. That's right. Got to stretch your legs out.
But that he hasn't, maybe only a second miss of the year. He's had 2 blocks, but he's been pretty consistent on the extra points most of the season.
And if not, we got Landon Cardian that can come in and do it. We got some depth at the kicker slot.
So 1:18 to go, 2 timeouts remaining for Strong Rock. We'll see what they opt to do with it. They've got 3 return men all standing inside the 5. They want to try to keep this thing in for a return. It's Mark Massey, number 5, Cade Howell, and number 8, Hunter Lawrence. Dobbs has it teed up. First one was returned. Second one went for a touchback. Third one, I think, is going to be returnable. It is fielded on the run. Bobbled, trying to find it is Lawrence. Now picks it up. Reversing field, nowhere to go. Tackled at the 11-yard line. And now it's going to be tough to get anything going for this Patriot offense starting that deep. And Dobbs, not limping, but a little bit irritated with something as he came off after that kickoff.
He has had some trouble with that.
The boot.
Yeah, the boot. But he's a gamer. It's Friday. He's dressing up, ready to go.
And Coach Winter wants a timeout.
Timeout, Bears.
Trying to make sure he had enough guys on the field. And I think he did. I think they just wanted to make sure they had the right personnel.
Both teams have 2 timeouts left.
I was going to say, don't take them with you. So if you're unsure, use your timeouts. And Coach Winter does. So, yeah, Dunn, you mentioned, we talk about those Ed Voiles keys to the game every week. And field position and kicking game is one of them. And Holy Innocents has taken advantage of the nice returns.
Yeah, we've had 2, Devin Farrell and then Taekwon. Taekwon almost broke it. I thought he was going to break it. I actually got it down to about the 13, which led to the 4th and 2 touchdown by Jack Felton.
And Alexander, only a sophomore. You feel like that's one where, in a year or 2, no one's going to be able to catch that speed.
Right. Just find ways to get him outside. And you got another year with Michael Cox busting it up in the inside.
And Hawk.
Hunter Hawk with another year.
We talk about a lot of these juniors, though, but it is senior night. Guys like Graham Collins,
Will
Spencer Getz, Will Harrell. I know there's a lot of good ones out there. Richard Johnson, who's back, pump and go. They want Hassan coverage. Hassan hauls it in. What an athletic catch by the senior Nick Hassan.
On the coverage, Tyler Rowe.
Tyler Rowe was trailing the safety. Farrell was coming over the top. That ball was dropped right in the bucket, and Hassan hauled it in inside Bear territory. 1:01 to go.
you know, that took a good pass for it to be complete, and that's exactly what it was. It was pretty good coverage.
Yeah.
He just dropped it right behind him.
Farrell maybe a step or two late there, but that's so tough now. If you lay that guy out, you can get that defenseless receiver call, so it's tough for safety. Screen pass being set up. Well read by Hunter Hawk. Both guys went up to try to grab that ball. It almost looked like a volleyball play.
Yeah. And 2 or 3 seconds extra ran off the clock, so it may or may not end up mattering, but we'll see. We've had some adventures with the clock this year, too. Particularly at Mount Pisgah, I think it was.
Yes. Well, we did say it was game 1 for everybody.
That's right, that's right. Yeah.
Holy Innocents beat Pisgah to start the year, go 1-0 for the first time in a while. Then beat Rutland 2 weeks later to go to 2-1, would have dropped 3 in a row, trying to change that. Knight steps up, pressured, now rolls to his right. 3 red jerseys in front of him, throws it, intended for Ramsey. He caught it, but was he in bounds? I thought his foot was out. The officials still haven't indicated anything. They look like they're going to give it to him.
They sure are. They sure are.
Incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
So the officials talk about it. We see on the replay. Tough there with the sideline, a lot of bodies in front of him. It was close. It was close. Nice job by the offense, both Knight scrambling and Ramsey coming back to him. But you saw when Ramsey scrambled, there was a wall of red jerseys in front of him.
Yeah, there was. There were. He faked the run, but he had nowhere to go.
Yep. So 37 seconds left. Still 2 timeouts remaining for the Patriots. Quick throw out to Hassan. Double pass. He's got a man. It's deep. It is caught by Lawrence. And in Dixon was in coverage.
Flag down on the play.
Flag down. I was going to say, I don't know if that was definitely a forward or a backwards pass. Let's see here on the replay. We're going to get a great look at it. That is a forward pass. He's standing at his own 49. It's caught at the 50. Now there's no replay. In high school, obviously, we are lucky enough to have it, but that is definitely a forward pass, but they wipe it off.
Wow. That's a touchdown, Patriots.
And a 46-yard touchdown pass to Hunter Lawrence with under 30 seconds to go. Tough break there for the Golden Bears, and they had it well defended, but just, I mean, a really nice throw there. That pass was from Hassan. Extra point is good. So the score moves out to 21-9. So just when you thought Holy Innocents was going to seize momentum, a long pass to start the drive, and then a little gadget play goes for 46 yards.
And this drive started back at the 11.
That's right, with the muff.
Yep. The muff kickoff. That was 89 yards in 3 or 4 plays.
So now that extra point looms a little bit larger, but we've got plenty of football left to play. And with the 2 returns we've seen, 28 seconds and 2 timeouts, we'll see what happens. Speed like Alexander and Farrell. Then 2 squibs, 2 returns inside Strong Rock territory. Another short one, fielded on the hop by Farrell. He's gonna bounce around, dances, finds some running room, on his feet, just a kicker to beat. Farrell, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Devin Farrell, 55 yards, huge return, and just like that, Holy Innocents seizes the momentum back with 18 seconds to play. Fielded at the 39, so really a 61-yard return. And he shook, found some room, stiff arm.
And they're going to call a timeout, probably talk about going for 2 right here.
And there is that speed. And the kicking game has been huge. The kick return game has been huge for Holy Innocents.
That's 2 good ones for Farrell, 1 good one for Taekwon. It's accounted basically for all our points. Obviously on that one, but it led to the field goal and the touchdown on the other 2.
So Farrell, just a freshman. You talked about it a week or 2 ago. Basketball player as well, missed the preseason in the AAU circuit. Since then, he has been huge in every facet of the game for this offense, or for this team.
Yeah, for the team, a little bit on defense as well. Quarterback, he can throw it, he can run it. He showed his hands on that kickoff a while ago. He scooped it up like a shortstop. It's not easy to scoop up a football. Hard enough a baseball, but yeah, he's a good athlete. He gives Holy Innocents a couple extra threats out there.
Davis started the game. We saw him on the first 2 series. It was Farrell on the last couple. But Don, you talked about it. You know, if Holy Innocents gets that lead, Davis runs this triple option offense very well. But it's going to be the offense staying on the field for a 2-point conversion attempt. Keeper by Farrell. Did he reach it across? He did. Devin Farrell, 2-point conversion. And it's a 21-17 game. And we've now had 3 touchdowns in the last 2.5 minutes, I believe. Don, our official, unofficial stat keeper.
Yeah, we got 118, and then 27 seconds, and then 17 seconds. So, yeah, basically a minute.
What we thought was going to be a fast-moving game has turned into a slugfest, 21-17. And I'm not taking anything off the table at this point. 2 timeouts remaining. Excuse me. Yeah, 2 timeouts remaining for Strong Rock in 18 seconds.
Blake Dobbs tees it up for the Bears.
You know, Coach Winter would love to have this one go for a touchback, not let some of these athletes get the ball, as both Knight and Wilkerson are back deep, along with number 4, Mark Massey, excuse me. Dobbs gets a good run. That's going to go in. You can almost tell the way he approaches the ball which ones are going to go in and which ones aren't.
Touchback by Dobbs. Brings it out to the 20, 1st and 10 Patriots.
So 20-yard line is where the Patriots will start. Scoreboard here reads 17.8 to go. 21-17 lead for the visiting Patriots. They're looking to get to 4-3 on the season. Holy Innocents, as we've mentioned, looking to snap a 3-game losing streak and put themselves in a good spot in the playoffs with a bye week and 3 games to go. And they're going to take a knee. Clock will wind, and that will take us to the half. 21-17. Holy Innocents taking advantage of the kickoff return game. They're going to get the ball back. Uh-oh. No, they're going to rush on the field. Just got to make sure not everybody on the Holy Innocents defense ran off the field. But done a really nice half of this Holy Innocents team responding. And never had the lead, but have not let this game get away from them.
No, they always play to the end. We saw that last year in the 3-7 season, and we're seeing it this year no matter what happens.
You see Devin Farrell there. As we get ready for halftime, Dunn's got to run down to the field. He's got senior night duties. They honor all the fall sports, football, softball, cross country, volleyball. I hope I'm not missing any. But we'll take a break for the half. Again, the score, 21-17. Holy Innocents trails the visiting Strong Rock Christian Patriots. We'll be back on Holy Innocents Golden Bears Football on SUV TV for the second half. Welcome back. Holy Innocents Golden Bears football powered by SUDTV. Second half about to get underway. Golden Bears down 21-17 to the visiting Strong Rock Christian Patriots. Done. Senior night just wrapped up. They got the football guys out of the way so they could go to the locker room, make those adjustments. We know what Coach Winter can do with the adjustments. More so than adjustments, what did you think was successful there for Holy Innocents in the first half?
Interesting first half. It started out as a boring game, and then all of a sudden there's 21 points in I think 61 seconds.
Yeah.
And Strong Rock has shown they're explosive. They've got a little trick plays. They've got some speed. They've got that quarterback. I think we got the 2 quarterback system going in and out.
Yep.
But I think our kick returning is what's kept us in this thing.
And they'll have a chance to do that again as Holy Innocents will get the ball to start. Do want to give a quick shout out to the seniors before we kick off. Only a handful of Graham Collins, Will Harrell, Richard Johnson, Will Shane, Alden Jang, and well done there. That's how the first half started last week.
Yeah.
Jumping on that one was Bo Maxwell. I'm over here reading off the seniors, and Strong Rock trying to pull a trick on me. One more time, quick through though. Graham Collins, Will Harrell, Richard Johnson, Will Shane, Alden Jiang, and number 7, Will Vincholette. 5 seniors for this Holy Innocents Golden Bears team.
I think they watched the films of last week.
Right, I was just going to say.
Saw what happened, and it led to a Mount Vernon touchdown in a 1-possession game.
And not a bad idea for Strong Rock with the way Holy Innocents has been returning, but good starting field position. Davis back in at quarterback, and that should be a 5, and it is. So Davis comes back in. First snap, hard count, picks up 5 free yards, and that's something you get from a veteran and a 2-year starter that you don't get out of a freshman.
Yeah, he's a.
And certainly no knock on Farrell with that, but just that experience.
Usually I say a wise old senior. He's a wise old junior.
He is.
Got a lot of snaps under his belt.
So ball now inside the 45-yard line, the 44.5. Cox, the B-back, Vincholette in motion. Keeper by Davis, midline, is going to pick up about 3.
Doc Davis on the carry for the Bears. Gain of 2 on the play.
First half recap. First quarter, the only scoring was a 52-yard run by the running back Wilkerson to get Strong Rock to lead. Then Holy Innocents came back, field goal by Blake Dobbs. Pass from Knight to Hassan, made it 14-3 Strong Rock. Felton got a 5-yard run, and that's when the fun started. Lawrence on the double pass Hassan found Lawrence, and then the kickoff returned 61 yards by Farrell. Got us to where we are now. 2-point conversion, handoff to Cox is going to be close.
Michael Cox on the carry.
And they're going to say 3rd down, so 3rd and less than a yard.
Brought down by number 65.
This is certainly Michael Cox bully his way for a yard territory.
Looks like it's good enough for another Bears.
Oh, it is
first
down.
They do move the chains, so I was assuming there and assumed incorrect. So first down of the second half goes to the Golden Bears. Felton in motion. Keeper by Davis off the line. Has some room, has a blocker in front of him. Nice job by Cardian. And Davis tried to stiff arm, but a good tackler by Hassan.
Doc Davis on the carry.
Long run there for only 6 yards, but a really nice gain on first down. And we'll see here on the edge, Dunn, landed Cardian, did a great job blocking. Once he lost his blocker, got his hands off, taking the hold call. We've seen a lot of those holds downfield.
Yeah, the first 2 games we saw enough to last the season. Seemed like every time we ran a tall sweep, there's a yellow flag right behind it.
So nice run there by Davis, brings up a very manageable 2nd down, kind of opens up the playbook here. Ball on the 32. Felton in motion. Give. Cox. First down. Moore looking for room. Stays on his feet. Steps through tacklers. 10, 5. Is he going to get in? No. Drag down at the 3-yard line. Great run there by Michael Cox. 29 yards. And Cox stepping through tacklers. You talk about it. If he gets his momentum going, he's tough to break down or bring down. No contact there really until he got about 15 yards downfield.
And by then he's got a full head of steam.
Yeah, absolutely. Last year Cox 11 touchdowns. This year already has 9. Looking for his 10th, he's in. Behind Davis, Vincent in motion. Give. Cox falls down. Looks like his knee hit around the 2. So 2nd and goal.
Carried by number 35, Michael Cox. Looks like there's a yard gain on the play.
Holy Innocents trying to get their first lead of the game.
Bring up a 2nd and goal with the 2 for the Bears.
Cardian brings the play into Davis. Same backfield, Vincent, Felton, and Cox. Felton in motion, keeper by Davis. Just short, just short. 3rd down, inside the 1, right at the 1.
By number 7, Demetrius Knight. Still bring up a 3rd and goal at the 1 for the Bears.
Clock continues to wind. This drive now taking up about 3 minutes. Snap, give to Cox. He's got to be in on his feet. 1 yard out. Michael Cox gives the Golden Bears their first lead of the game and racks up his double-digit 10th rushing touchdown of the season. See here, great shot by our camera crew right in on the action. Not even really touched. Maybe someone got a piece of his shoelace, but an easy score for Cox from a yard out. Blake Dobbs on for the extra point.
Blake Dobbs on for the extra point.
Looking to extend this lead out to a field goal. Davis is the holder. Good snap, put down. Strong kick is through. And 24-21, Holy Innocents leads. So taking advantage of the onside kick, opposite of how the second half started last week. But after trailing 21-9, Holy Innocents has put up 15 straight points.
And rather quickly.
Yep.
Michael Cox's big 29-yard run was the key there that set it up. It's fitting that he finished it off.
And once it was 14-3,
yeah,
Holy Innocents has ripped off 3 of the next 4 touchdowns to give themselves the lead. And now they'll kick this one off from the 40 with Blake Dobbs. The Patriots keep 3 guys back deep, lined up all across the 8-yard line. Wilkerson, Knight, and Massey. Big boot there. It's gonna be returnable by Knight. He's looking for some room, crosses the 20, slows down at the 25, and nowhere to go. Bo Maxwell first in there for the red jerseys.
Bo Maxwell's only a sophomore, but we've been calling his name a good bit this year. Starting with Pisco when he was in on the fake punt.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
That was Bo. And he's helped, obviously, defensively come up with some big stops. Big, tall, thin sophomore. I guess football players don't like to be called thin, but I mean, you know, he's not your lineman build.
So Knight will take the snap. He had the return. Quarterback is committed to Georgia Tech. Handoff to Wilkerson. The sophomore had a big first quarter, kind of slowed down. Picks up 2 yards there on his first carry of the second half.
Down by number 22, Big Hunter Hawk. Number 50, Griffin McInnes.
You know, I haven't seen any stat totals for this season, but I would like to know how many tackles Hunter Hawk has, because I just feel like you almost have to call his name every time there's a tackle.
Yeah, there was one game Jack Felton was a leading tackler,
yes,
but every other game I would almost bet it's been Hunter Hawk, or he's been right there at it.
Handoff again to Wilkerson. Safe spot, Graham Collins sticks him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Great form tackle by the senior Graham Collins, earning his recognition he received at halftime. See on the replay there he is as the right linebacker. Just reads, fills, wraps up, and finishes.
Speaking of finishing, this looks to be a game where they can see if they can finish and go all 4 quarters like Coach Winter talks about. We're in the game, got a lead, playing well, got some momentum, got to keep it going.
And defense has a chance to get off the field here. 3rd and 8, throw to the left, caught by Hassan on the slant. 2 missed tackles. Now it's going to be a foot race. Hunter Hawk drags him down. Felton was there as well, but a big 3rd down conversion on the slant route right in between the corner, the safety. We'll get a look at it on our replay.
At the Bears 44.
And you see it dropped in there right between Farrell and Dixon.
Right when I speak about our momentum, I did it again.
Excuse me, that was Rowe on the quarterback position. And Rowe comes out, and Matt Davis checks in at quarterback now on the far side. Knight snaps, hands off to Wilkerson, looking for room, gets through one arm tackle, now bounces it to the edge, down the sideline, crosses the 20. He's going to be in. 2nd rushing touchdown of the game for Wilkerson, 44 yards out. Took advantage of some missed tackles there. And Wilkerson with his 2nd long rushing touchdown of the game. You see it there. You knew once he got to the sideline. Farrell got tripped up there by a blocker. And speed kills for Wilkerson.
Will Minahan on for the extra point.
Collins with the blocked extra point. Ball dies on that in high school. But nice job there by Collins coming off the edge. So Griffin Collins with the blocked extra point keeps the lead at just 3 points for the Patriots. And that could come down to be a factor as it stays at a field goal game. And Don, we talk about our Ed Voiles Automotive Group keys to the game every week, and turnovers, field position, and then tackle, tackle, tackle. And this seems to be a game where the Patriots are putting their best athletes in space one-on-one.
Yes,
so if you don't make the tackle, it's gone. And you know, we're calling it when they aren't making the tackle, but they are making a lot of good tackles out in space.
Yeah, they are, and they're going to have a lot more opportunities the way this game is. It's going to be a wild one. Actually, it already is. First quarter, it's only 7-0, and since then, it's like 2 different teams came out and have been out there ever since. 31
points scored in only about 19 minutes. So here is the kickoff, and a slow squibbler, Alexander. Has to pick it up as it dies at the 12. Now he brings it to the near side, trying to find some speed. Gets a big block from the freshman Xavier Smith, but they're going to get him for a peel back block.
Flag down the play.
I think it's the right call, but the nature of the sport and the physicality, if you get a chance to blow someone up like that, it's hard to stop yourself. You see it, Xavier Smith comes in. I mean, head was in front. It wasn't anything dirty, but by the nature of the rule, it's going to be called as a crackback block and give Holy Innocents tough starting field position.
Well, yeah, we're going to be deep.
It's a personal foul, 15 yards, but since it's inside the 20, it's a half distance, so it'll be spotted at the 10-yard line.
Call is targeting on the Bears. It's going to back them up 15. 1st and 10 at their 10.
So ball now at the 10-yard line. Davis back in at quarterback. 2nd drive in a row. 2nd of this half. 6.5 to go. Golden Bears trail by 3. Landy Accardian splits out wide as the receiver. Keeper by Davis now pitches out. Vigilette is met right at the line of scrimmage. Nice play there on the edge by the corner, Cole Ramsey.
No gain on the play. Brought down by number 20. Trey Donaldson, that's going to bring up the 2nd and 10. Check that 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9, gaining a yard there was Vigilette. That's really one of the first, actually that's the 2nd time that we've seen the triple option actually get the pitch out wide. Vigilette's had both carries.
Yep.
Been a heavy dose of in between the tackles running, and they're going to stay with that as Michael Cox bounces off 2 tackles, crosses the 20, has the first down, has a blocker, 20, man on the ground, 40, crossing, getting near midfield. He stayed on his feet, tight roping down the sideline. Is he going to get there? Cox, touchdown, 89 yards.
Wow.
No flags on the field.
What a run. What a run. What a run. I thought he was dead to the water out of bounds at the 42. They had the angle on him, and I still don't know how he got through that.
And we see on the replay, breaks 2 tackles at the line, used this stiff arm, and you're thinking, all right, let's get to midfield, get some breathing room right here. And he shakes off the would-be tackler, and it was all speed from there. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the night, and now ties last season with his 11th rushing touchdown of the season. Doing this one in 6 games. Well, then partway into his 7th. Of course, last year I believe Cox didn't play the last 2 games of the year with an injury.
He had a neck injury.
Yeah.
I know he sat out the last game here at home.
So that 11 could have been even higher, but now he's done 11 and only 7 games. This is, that's by far the longest touchdown run we've seen. But it just seems like we've seen more explosive plays in the last couple weeks from this offense, whether last week it was Farrell throwing to Collins. We saw Alexander get to the edge with some speed, the kickoff returns. The explosive plays seem to give this team life right now.
Yeah, and now we're seeing Cox, who's usually your 4 and 5 yard man.
Yep.
He's had a 29 yard run that set up a touchdown. He just went 89. And so, yeah, it's definitely turned into a wild one here.
No doubt about it, a shootout. Coming into last week's game, Strong Rock was averaging about 32 points per game. They got shut out, so that hampered them, but they're at 27 now. High kick is going to be a touchback.
Touchback by Dobbs. That'll be brought out to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Patriots.
Man.
And, if you look at, a shootout like we keep talking about and needing to score points, I mean, Holy Innocents, they've scored points. Only had 14 against
Hebron.
Elka.
Yeah, Elka.
Hebron. But,
Hebron.
for the most part, they've been averaging about 25 points a game, putting up some good numbers, but they're going to need to get well above that to win this one, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Looks like a whoever has the last possession type thing.
In possession now with the Patriots and Demetrius Knight, the Georgia Tech commit. The senior keeps it, getting to the outside. Haven't seen him run much. We're going to see him run a lot right now. Jack Felton giving chase. I don't think he's going to catch him. Demetrius Knight, 80 yards. And this one continues to be a shootout. Although Knight is down, grabbing his left leg. We see on the replay, he busts through this line untouched. Felton was trying to give chase, and it must have been something right as he stepped in the end zone. We're seeing the replay now. Just incredible speed by the senior. And you just got to imagine he just stepped on it, funny, although now it just looks like a cramp as they're stretching out his calves. So that's the good news.
It is still
for
warm,
Strong Rock.
and it's,
right.
It's definitely humid. I know that much.
So how about that? 89-yard touchdown run, followed by the next play from scrimmage, 80 yards. Cox followed by Knight. And you see why Georgia Tech wants this kid. I mean, he's an incredible athlete. We've called his name on defense plenty. He shows his ability to run the ball. He's not running the triple right now, but, Paul Johnson, I think, sees his ability to throw the football as well as his speed, and he wants that in his offense. He's going to walk off under his own power, which is great to see.
Yeah.
After scoring his second total touchdown of the game, first one on the ground, followed up Michael Cox's. And we've got all these touchdowns, and if you want to learn how to be part of the Holy Innocents Touchdown Club, just visit hiestdclub.org/join. hiestdclub.org/join. Find out how you can be a part of the Holy Innocents Golden Bears Touchdown Club. So Knight's going to walk off under his own power, drinking a water bottle, trying to get right for a big fourth quarter. Knight's playing both ways, and with all this scoring, he's doing a lot of running. That was a low kick, and no good. So missed extra point. Lead stays at 2. That's 2 extra points in the second half. No good for the Patriots. First one was blocked. So this has no doubt been a wild one. From a 7-0 first quarter to this explosion to the return game to blocked extra points, missed extra points. It's really 80-yard touchdowns, 90-yard touchdowns.
Double passes.
Yes. It's really had it all, and you really don't know what it's going to take to win this game. It's just possession by possession. You've got to take it one at a time.
I think we got to possess it last.
Yes.
But these missed extra points, 2-point lead, that opens up Blake Dobbs.
Absolutely. We saw him drill a 37-yarder in that second quarter. Looked like he could have been good from 45, maybe even 50, but we'll see if it comes down to that. There's a high kick. That's maybe something they should have been doing all along, but it bounces out of bounds. Nice play there by Alexander to see where it was going to bounce, and good starting field position for Holy Innocents, I believe at the 40. And Matt Davis again is going to come back out. Coach Winter giving him final instructions. And as this game goes back and forth, we'll talk momentarily about the importance of this game. Class A private school comes down to, ball's going to start at the 35, excuse me, not the 40, but it comes down to power rankings. It's kind of like the old BCS, your strength of schedule, how you do against opponents, how your opponents do against opponents, all that's factored in. Right now, Holy Innocents is tied for 28th. You need that top 24 to get in, and Strong Rock is 25. So if you can pick off a team ahead of you, it inches you closer and closer. Felton in motion. Keeper by Davis following Cox. Davis has the first down. Davis has more. Speed. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 65 yards. Matt Davis responds. His second rushing touchdown of the season. And we still have 5 minutes left to go in this quarter.
Go.
So Blake Dobbs on for the extra point. Matt Davis, the holder, hand on hips, trying to get his win. You could see when he broke free, he was not going to be denied. He turned on a second speed. Dobbs, low liner, made it through. So 38-33, Holy Innocents leads. This is incredible. You see the speed there by Davis. Now you know why he was thrown out there at quarterback for a possession or two on defense, because he's got speed. And that, for Davis, that's an answer right there. You know, you have a freshman Farrell who's coming in and he's getting some time, and you can take that a lot of ways. You can be supportive, you can be a bad teammate, you can lose sight of the game. But Davis didn't take more than a handful of snaps in that second quarter.
Right.
Third quarter, Coach Winter's giving him the keys, and he's run with it, leading 3 touchdown drives for this offense.
Yeah, he handles the ball well, handles the team well.
Yep.
The team responds to him. And on top of that, he just showed us some speed.
And Dobbs' kickoff is going to be returnable. It's going to be handled by Wilkerson at the 5. He's looking for running room. Hunter Hawk tried to strip the ball out. Couldn't. Xavier Smith giving a chance and takes him down. So another freshman getting his name called in the varsity game. Xavier Smith on the special teams tackle.
It's nothing against our defense, but the way this game is going, I really thought he was going to run it all the way back. I mean, just nothing. I'm not cracking on anybody. That's just what the pattern of this game has come to.
Our last 3 plays from scrimmage have all been touchdowns. They've gone from 89 yards, 80 yards, 65 yards.
Yeah.
So you have every right to think any time the ball's in play, we could have a touchdown. And Knight had an 80-yarder on his last touch in the last snap for Strong Rock. We'll see what happens. They bring a man in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Wilkerson. He's going to get wrapped up. Hunter Hawk in on the tackle as well as Sam Aiken. And I think the whole crowd kind of took a deep breath and said, okay.
There you go.
Gain of 1 for Wilkerson. And Wilkerson had a 44-yard touchdown run in this quarter as well. Snap, high snap, handled. Knight rolling right. Throws it out, has a man, caught. First down, Cole Ramsey.
Pass is complete to number 10.
Nice pitch and catch there by the Patriot offense. And that time Ramsey made sure he stayed in bounds. Had one of the first half where he got called out of bounds, slide and catch. See there, Knight calmly has plenty of time. And this whole Innocence defense, it looks like the defensive front linebackers are a mix of rushing but also containing the speedy quarterback.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely a double threat, as he's proven.
Wilkerson now motions right, handoff to Wilkerson. He's trying to go left, has a little bit of a hole. Graham Collins trips him up for a short gain.
Brought down by number 50, Griffin McInnes. 4 yards on the gain. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 6.
Second and 6, ball near the midfield line, still in Patriot territory on the 48. This is going to stay in their pistol. Wilkerson usually motions one way, and sometimes it looks like they bring a man in motion. I think coming in motion is 28, Will Minahan. Handoff up the middle, nothing doing. Excuse me, keeper. Gain of 2 brings up a 3rd and 4. Tyler White comes out of the game. They bring in McInnes. Holy Innocence seems to be expecting a pass situation as they bring their run stopper Tyler White out. Wilkerson moves left, snap to Knight. Knight's going to throw left. He's got Hassan, caught. First down, but taken down there by Farrell. Ball crosses the 45 down to the 44.
That's good enough for another Patriots first down at the Bears' 44-yard line.
This Patriot offense keeps it pretty simple. You see Knight and Wilkerson run the football, and if they're throwing, there's really only 2 targets. It's either Ramsey, who's here on the near side with 3 receivers, or top of the screen, Hassan, who's got a receiving and passing touchdown tonight. Handoff to Wilkerson, has a hole, breaks through 1 tackle, close to first down yardage. He's going to have it.
Brought down by number 21, Jack Felton. That's good enough for another Patriot first down.
Oh, good.
So the Patriots moving the ball. Not as explosive as the last 3 drives, but nonetheless effective. Ball spotted at the 34-yard line. Same formation for Strong Rock. Wilkerson moves left. Knight keeps running hard and take it down. Sam Aiken on top. Hunter Hawk by the legs. Knight has some size, 6'2", 200 pounds, and you see on this replay, he runs hard. Lawrence, the third receiver, in the slot at the top of the screen, or excuse me, at the bottom of the screen. Minahan in motion, nothing doing. Snap looking left. Hassan on the comeback. It's caught just short of a first down. Pickup of 9. And now that Hassan has shown his ability to go deep, it's opening up those curl routes, and Tyler Rose having to respect the speed of Hassan. 3rd and 1. Tyler White back in at his nose guard spot. He's on the D-line with Richard Johnston. Spencer Getz. Keeper by Knight. He's got the first down. Crosses the 20. Taken down at the 17.
Demetrius Knight on the carry. Brought down by number 13, Taekwon Alexander.
Approaching the final minute of our third quarter. And they wind the clock. They're trying to get the change sorted out. They do. Wilkerson to the right. He gets the carry. He goes to the left. Hunter Hawk flowing from his linebacker position. Great tackle by the junior linebacker.
He tore through there.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're watching, it looks like the edge could be there. And then he rockets through. You see it from his right side linebacker position. Him in there with Moreland Bell. Now Graham Collins is back in with Hawk at the linebacker position. Motion by Lawrence. Hassan, fade route, thrown up, incomplete, ball out of bounds. Good coverage there by Rowe. Farrell coming over from his safety position as well.
We have a 3rd and 11 for the Patriots.
So 3rd and 11, 2 missed field goals has made this a 5-point game instead of a 3-point game, which takes out the field goal. That being said, 2 missed extra points makes you wonder what field goal range is.
Right, exactly, exactly. And we've almost blocked a couple of them.
We did block one, that's right. One of the 2 was blocked. You're right.
Graham Collins
absolutely
blocked one.
So 3rd and 11 here. Big chance for this Holy Innocents defense to create a stop. Rolling to his right is Knight. Felton's there to set the edge. Throw! Intercepted! Leighton Dixon steps in front. He's coming down the near side. He's going to need some blocks. He's going to get him. Leighton Dixon is going to take it to the house. Back-to-back pick sixes in consecutive weeks. This time it's Dixon. Dixon stepped in front of that one right around the 10-yard line. Right at the 10, we see on the replay, 90 yards, and an extremely great job of being patient on the return, waiting for his blockers to get Knight out of the way. And then he took off. With 6 seconds remaining in the quarter. Dobbs' extra point is through. And just what the doctor ordered. Leighton Dixon stepping right in front of the comeback route. 90 yards to the house. And Don, you know, we talked about not calling Tyler Rose's name much. You know, Leighton Dixon, he's at times struggled being an undersized corner. I mean, he's 5'7", or
well, he spent the first 2 or 3. He was on crutches for a while this year.
Right. That's right.
He spent the first 2 or 3 weeks limping around the school, and then he was believed to have been out longer than he was. Healed quick, and then we heard his name once or twice, maybe a week or 2 ago, but. Came up huge just then for the first time tonight.
Yes.
It's a 2-possession lead.
You're right.
For the Bears. I believe they scored
for
so
Bears,
much.
Yeah.
I could be way wrong. I know they've had a 2-possession
14-3 is the biggest lead at 11. So 12 is the biggest margin, as that's going to go for a touchdown. But Dixon just read that route, drove right through the football, beat the receiver to the spot.
what's what you call jumping the route.
Yeah,
Yes.
no doubt. That was extremely impressive. And another thing, you wonder what a throw like that does for a quarterback. You know, does it change his mindset now that, one, he threw a pick six, but two, now he knows that he's got to get 2 possessions back in a game that's been a shootout.
Yeah, and a lot of his throws have been lateral type throws,
Yes.
so that could mess with his mind a little bit.
And handoff to Wilkerson. Could be the final play of the quarter. And it will be. He picks up a yard, and that's it. So a shootout in the third quarter. Holy Innocents now leads after trailing at the half, 45-33. And we'll take a break here on Holy Innocents Golden Bears football, powered by SUV TV. And we're back here as we get a look at head coach Todd Winter. 2-4 on the season, looking to turn things around, picking up a big win over Strong Rock would start to do that.
Now we'll see if we can finish. I
Yes.
didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
We'll
no.
see if we can finish.
Fourth quarter action, a 40-point third quarter.
Go.
It was 21-17 at the break, 45-33 after 3. Knight starts this drive at the 21-yard line. Slant to Hassan, caught, stays on his feet. Now it's going to be a foot race with him and Alexander. Alexander can't get him down. Now he reverses his field. Alexander's going to have another chance at him. And Hassan shows his speed.
No, he didn't touch them.
79 yards. He's in, and just like Knight after his long run, he is cramping.
Nick Hassan.
Wow, what a pitch and catch. We talked about how Strong Rock is trying to get their athletes in space. They do their one missed tackle. And I don't think the interception got Knight's head too much there as he comes back and throws a strike.
He looked cool as always in the pocket. Simple routes. They're like you said, they don't do much fancy, but they do it well. And they got the speed, and they make us make open field tackles. And that time, unfortunately, we didn't do it.
So it does just seem to be cramped by Hassan. That was, I don't blame him for cramping with the foot race him and Alexander had to 2 different sidelines. Hassan finally won there with that stutter step you just saw at about the 12-yard line. While we have a break in the action, we'll remind you guys one more time watching at home how you can become part of the Holy Innocents football program. Just join the Touchdown Club. Visit the website, hiestdclub.org/join. Find out how you can be part of the team behind the team as a part of the Touchdown Club, hiestdclub.org/join, to find out how you can be a part of this program that's looking for a big win, trying to get to the playoffs for the for the first time under second-year head coach Todd Winter. With Strong Rock ranked ahead of them in the polls, it'd be a good win here. But a lot of football to be played, especially the way this one's going.
Yeah, the way this one's going. This is.
They're going to line up to go for 2. I don't blame them after having a blocked and missed extra point so far in this second half. Demetrius Knight's going to take the snap with Wilkerson next to him. Both those guys have been effective runners all day. Now Wilkerson motions left, tight end goes right. Lawrence in motion. It's going to be a rollout throwback now. Nobody's there. Now he breaks free, and it's caught. Farrell got caught looking in the backfield, didn't find the tight end, and the two-point conversion is good. Doesn't matter too much now, but could matter later in the game.
Your score with 11:40 left in the game. Bears 45.
See on the replay, the rollout and throwback, a staple of so many football teams from all levels, two-point plays. I guess that is to be expected. It was Strong Rock's turn to score.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Taekwon Alexander. Will Minahan will tee it up.
We've seen a lot of good returns. The last kickoff landed at about the 4-yard line, but then bounced out of bounds. It was the first time we've seen Minahan put his leg into it, try to kick it deep. We'll see if they do that again. Holy Innocents has 8 guys all up near the 50-yard line. There's a long kick by Manahan. It's going to go, and no, it dies at the 5. A great kick. Now Alexander's going to have to get to the edge. He's not going to get there. Minahan with a lob wedge there to get the football to just die inside the 5.
Pitch and hold.
So Holy Innocents will start inside their own 20 at the 14-yard line.
At their 13.
Just 30 seconds into our 4th quarter. Matt Davis stays in at quarterback. He's taken every snap in the second half for the offense. Vichlett in motion. Cox on the carry. Stays on his feet. Bounces outside. Spins forward and picks up 8 yards on the carry.
Michael Cox on the carry.
Blake Dobbs slow to get up, but he's continuing to tough it out like he has all game and all season.
Brought down by Trey Donaldson. Bring up a second and
Trey
10
Donaldson
yards.
on the tackle. We talked about him last week, forced fumble and fumble recovery against Landmark. He also had a forced fumble and fumble recovery, as well as an interception. 20 in white is roaming around on defense. Felton in motion. Keeper by Davis. He's going to have the first down. He's going to have more. Bounces it outside. Stutter step and pushed out of bounds by Knight at the 44-yard line. Excuse me, the 46-yard line. So a 25-yard carry there for Davis. So Matt Davis having a big game.
He got a 65-yard touchdown a while ago, so he's close to 100 now, right?
Absolutely, and he had a few in that opening quarter as well to get this offense moving along. Vichlett in motion. Give. Cox keeps. First down and more. Crossing the 40. Breaks through tackle. Now reverses field. Still on his feet. Dragged down from behind. Michael Cox. 23 yards on that carry, gets the ball to the 31-yard line. And Cox just not going to get taken down by arm tackles, and you're not going to take him down by just grabbing his feet. He picks those knees up, steps through weak tackles.
It's a strong boy.
No doubt about it, just a junior. Keeper by Davis. Oh, nice fake on the pitch. Has a first down, crosses the 20, slides down at the 17-yard line. Great ball handling by Davis.
17-yard line. That's going to be another Bears. First down.
And Davis, great fake there. Gets Ramsey to jump out to Felton and opens up a run lane. That carry for 14 yards. Williams, the receiver, splits to the top of the screen, and timeout called.
Timeout, Patriots.
By the Patriot defense. So 45-41, Holy Innocents back in the red zone in a game where defense is sold separately.
That's right.
But at the same time, I mean, it's so back and forth. These defenses have to be getting tired. They're chasing ball carriers, especially if you're the Patriots and you're, getting cut every play as these linemen do in the triple option offense. And the offenses are taking advantage and executing.
I almost thought the fourth quarter would go back to being like the first quarter because no one had any energy after the third. 89-yard, 80-yard, 65-yard. Even in the slower first half, we had Devin Farrell's 61-yard kick return.
52-yard run by Wilkerson. And the 47-yard double pass. So almost every touchdown has been explosive. Jack Felt for 5 yards, Cox for 1 yard. The only that are sort of run-of-the-mill touchdowns. So 9:57 to go in our final quarter. Holy Innocents leads by 4. Davis under center. Snap, give to Cox, bounces it outside, inside the 5, touchdown! Michael Cox, 17 yards out, his 3rd of the game. You'll see on the replay, off tackle. Maybe touched by an arm or two. Nice job cutting it back outside. No laundry on the field. And an extra point attempt for Dobbs. Cox now surpasses last year's touchdown total as he has 12 on the season. Dobbs' extra point extends the lead out to 11, 52-41. 93 combined points.
That has to be a record. I'm sure it is.
In that third quarter, I was kind of thinking, 50 points might win this game. But then I thought, that's a lot. You're asking a lot for these teams to get to 50 points. Now it may be 60, maybe 65 that become the difference.
I know they've gone over the over-under. Like twice.
Don has his offshore accounts where he's finding his high school football lines. So 9:49 to go, final quarter. Dobbs will tee this one up.
My only guess was this would be a one-possession game, which, well, who knows?
Yeah, I think I saw the Maxwell ratings had Holy Innocents as an 8-point favorite, but those things are so silly. I don't know if they're even worth it, but Holy Innocents holds the 11-point lead now, so holding strong for that. But Coach Warner doesn't care how much; he just wants a win in that win-loss column. So that goes for a touchback, low liner, but bounces in.
The 1st and 10 Patriots at their 20.
So 3 touchdowns so far in the second half for this Patriot offense. 44-yard run by Wilkerson, 80-yard run by Knight on the first play of a drive. And then 79 yards on the last drive as Hassan caught the slant from Knight and did the rest. Knight, quick throw out. It's caught, and Dragon Defender has a first down and more, showing some shake. Crossing the 40-yard line is Hunter Lawrence.
Hunter Lawrence on the reception.
So the explosive plays continue as that one goes for 22 yards.
You almost
24.
now just expect it.
Right.
No matter what the pass, run, doesn't matter. You just whoever has the ball.
Richard Johnson trots off the field, helmet in hand, shoulder pad out of jersey. So he'll get evaluated, fixed up, and I have no doubt trot back on the field as soon as he can. 3 receivers to the near side. Handoff, Wilkerson, nowhere to go. Hunter Hawk wraps him up, gain of 1.
Jackson Wilkerson on the carry. Brought down by number 22.
Both Hawk and Collins are really reading this offense well and flowing to the football. It's just sometimes they get caught up in the blockers, sometimes they don't. And it's really just depending on the push up front. But Holy Innocents has been rotating a lot of guys on that front four, just kept them fresh and allowed them to keep the linebackers' ability to roam. Quick throw out wide. Hassan caught and take it down right there. Tyler Rowe coming up and making a great tackle. No gain on the play. 3rd and 9.
We have a 3rd and 9. Brought down by number 8, Tyler Rowe.
So 3rd and 9, ball on the Strong Rock 45-yard line. We're under 9 minutes to go. Last 3rd and long, they threw the slant to Hassan. That went 79 yards. Oh, crowd comes the noise as we have a fan at the top of the pyramid with the cheerleaders. Knight dropping back, throws over the middle, caught by Lawrence. Great pitch and catch. Alexander was in coverage, but couldn't jar the ball free. And it's going to be a 1st down and a gain of 15 for the Patriots. We'll see Lawrence there in the slot, closest to the formation. Just vertical routes there. He was the shortest of the verticals. Nice on-target delivery by Knight.
Had good time, too.
Yes.
Plenty of time in the pocket.
That's one of the longer drops he's taken tonight. Keeper by Knight up the middle, steps through a tackle. Hunter Hawk drags him down. Farrell there to help finish it off. Good push up front by Tyler White. Didn't give Knight much room to run.
Gain of 5 on the play. 4. Check that. Brought down by number 22. Big Hunter Hawk.
Griffin McKinnis and Michael Cox come get a break. Richard Johnson back in the game. Will Harrell now comes out, a little bit indecisive. Two receivers, 2 each side. Ball on the right hash for Knight. Wilkerson now moves to the right. Deep drop. Throw out wide. That one dropped by Lawrence. He was getting ready to turn upfield before he hauled that one in. Would have been a 1st down, but brings up 3rd and 6 instead. So a break there for the Holy Innocents defense. See if they can take advantage and get Strong Rock into a punt situation. Or a 4th down situation. It really just becomes a decision. Down.
For the Patriots.
Third and 6, same formation. Wilkerson moves to the same side. Blitz by Hawk. He's going to get through. He can't get Knight down. Knight makes one man miss, has a 1st down, crosses the 20, has the sideline. Knight is going to coast in for 6. This one from 36 yards out. Knight had a chance on it, or excuse me, Hawk had a chance at Knight. Once he broke free of the pocket, it was easy. And they're going to keep the offense. No, now they're going to bring the extra point team onto the field. And just coached it in. Was Knight. He has been impressive. That is his 4th total touchdown of the game. 2 passing, 2 rushing. And an assist on the 5th touchdown as he threw the first of the 2 on the double pass touchdown. Extra point is up and through, so it's a 4-point game, 52-48. You see on the replay, Hawk came busted through. Knight does a really nice job stepping up in the pocket, and then it's just making moves in the open field. And when you're committed to go play Division I football in the ACC, Georgia Tech, those are the moves you're supposed to make in the open field.
He's made some good ones tonight. Really, you can't give him space. Like a lot of these guys, you can't give them space.
Yep. Although, you know, I was just going to ask you before that play, and I'd have to ask this. You talked about the play before, how much time Knight had. You know, do you bring the blitz? And they did bring the blitz, and they forced him to step up.
And they did.
And then he made the play.
He made the play. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat.
Absolutely. Hard to do much more than that tonight, who we've seen on both sides of the ball.
For the Patriots, back deep, type 1 Alexander for the Bears.
So we'll see how Alexander handles this one. The last 2 that have gone over his head have died short of the end zone. One went out of bounds. The other one sat right at the 4.
Oh, well.
Onside squib, waiting for it. It looked like Jack Felton. Great job there.
Actually, I don't blame them for that, even though there's
right.
7 minutes left, because no one's stopping. You know, they haven't stopped us, so why not do that?
And that's good credit there, good discipline by Jack Felton, and really the entire front for Holy Innocents is, as that first line on the kickoff return, you instinctively are ready to get back and get set and get some blocks, but good discipline to make sure the ball went over their heads. It didn't, and Felton jumped right on it. I believe it was Felton. So Cardian, the single receiver, splits out wide. Richard Johnson and the tight end here to the bottom, hand off, pitch out wide. Now Vigilette handles the pitch and makes a move to pick up about 3-4 yards. A positive first down, but certainly not as explosive as we've seen. As the clock approaches 7 minutes and ticks under.
At the 47 of the Patriots.
Three touchdowns already in this third quarter, and we're not even fourth quarter. We're not even halfway through it. Give Cox, picks up 3. It'll bring up 3rd and 6.
They did what you have to do with Cox. Hit him early.
Yep. So Christian Padgett comes in. We haven't seen him as much in this game as we did last week, but he is the 3rd receiver, rotating with Williams and Cardian. Felton and Vinchellette, the A-backs. Haven't seen much to the edge. Usually we see Alexander if they want the edge. Vinchellette in motion. Give Cox is picked up and dropped, and I thought that might be a flag, but it isn't. A huge tackle there. Number 7, Demetrius Knight.
That's going to bring up a 4th and 3 for the Bears.
That is 2 big-time players meeting at the same spot. Cox gets a little bit high. Knight gets the lower level. That's a very impressive tackle by the Georgia Tech commit. So 4th and 2.5. Davis under center. They're trying to hard count him. Now Coach Winter's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, that was a wrestling match right there.
Yep, absolutely.
2 guys you don't want to be in the ring with.
We'll see it one more time. You see Cox lined up at the 49. Knight starts moving right to the 40, and it's almost just like an Oklahoma drill. Fits him up, wraps him up, drives the feet. And you don't see a lot of guys pick up and move Michael Cox like that.
No, you sure don't.
So 4th and 2 done. What do you like here? Punt, pin them deep, or you just say it's going to take points? We got to have them.
Yeah, I would. If it was a normal game, I'd say punt and pin them deep.
This is far from normal
this
tonight.
This is the farthest thing from normal I've seen ever in Holy Innocents football history, and I've been to most of the games.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. Points is what it's going to take. So maybe you look at that option that's gone so well with Davis getting outside.
And they keep the offense on the field. Davis out there, ball spotted at the 41. They need the 39. We'll see if they can get it. Bringing in an extra blocker in 46, William Wills. Felton in motion. They pitch it out to him. He's going to have a first down. Jack Felton. He's been a clutch player all year. He runs hard. It was a pitch a little bit out in front of him. He calmly collected it and got what he needed, plus about 6. Reaches out for the pitch. It almost hits Hawk. Hawk out in front. Richard Johnston blocking. Who else was out there? Vinchellette, of course. Williams on the edge. Felton got the glory, but great blocking by all those guys in red. So 5:13, clock stops as Felton goes out of bounds. A big run of 8 yards on that one. Keeper by Davis. Felton again to the edge. Cardian's got a block for him. Crosses the 30 and stiff arms his way to the 26-yard line.
Jack Felton on the carry.
Maybe they're even down to the 24 for a first down. Trey Donaldson forces him out there. Donaldson, a roaming linebacker, and it's going to be a first down. They're going to move the chains. So 5:04. Another run went out of bounds, so clock doesn't wind. 5:04 to go. Williams, the receiver, now split tight to the formation to the bottom of the screen next to the tight end, Johnston. Handoff, Cox bullies his way for about 7 yards inside the 20. Red zone opportunity again for the Golden Bears offense. 4:50 and counting. Each team 2 timeouts remaining. Christian Padgett comes in at receiver. Coach Winter telling Matt, now calls Matt Davis over. They kind of slow things down. Felton lines up behind the tackle. Give to Cox. First down. Still driving on his feet. Michael Cox reaches across. He's going to be in. Number 4 of the night. This one from 18 yards out. Michael Cox would not be denied. 3 tacklers couldn't take him down. And great job. That's William Wills downfield, continuing to hold the block for Cox to get in for number 4.
That was 3 and 4 efforts, and
yes.
He just refused. He saw the goal line, and nothing was going to stop him. And the extra point looks good.
Dobbs' extra point gets through the left upright, and 59-48 the score. There's a flag down. They haven't called the offense back, so you think it'd be on the defense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on the defense.
It's on the defense. They called a personal foul. I don't know if it was, yep, it looks like they're indicating they jumped over the pile. Can't jump over the center, or I think anybody in high school. You can only jump straight up. Safety, an issue there. So that means the kickoff will now come from around midfield.
I think they offset. I think there was a double personal foul. I think. Is that right? Yeah, I believe that's
all right, looks like there was.
I don't know what we did. But I could be wrong.
It looks like now, it looks like they did just.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I think the motion where they pointed in the direction of Holy Innocents was his way of indicating the guy jumped over the pile.
I got you.
I think.
So I'm quite sure Dobbs will put this out of the end zone.
Although, some coaches like to get trickery here. Pooch kick, pin him inside the 10, but I agree with you. I think Coach Winter wants to keep the ball out of these athletes' hands for as much as he can.
As I've said before, kick it to North Springs. And he does.
Blake Dobbs kicks it out of the end zone. First and 10, Patriots at their 20.
So ball will start on the 20 for Knight. He's got 4 touchdowns, 2 rushing, 2 passing on the evening, 2 of them coming in this 4th quarter. Right now, the difference in this game is a Leighton Dixon 90-yard interception return for touchdown to give Holy Innocents the lead.
Yeah, that was the big key of all this.
Yes.
Because they were coming to re-grab the lead.
They're going to throw it out quickly to Ramsey. He doesn't have a lot of room to go. Nice tackle by Tyler Rose. Xavier Smith as well coming over.
Cole Ramsey.
More importantly, the clock runs.
Yes. Under 4 to go. We mentioned it, 2 timeouts remaining for each team. An 11-point lead for Holy Innocents.
3-yard gain on the play, 2nd and 7 Patriots.
We see Xavier Smith in at a safety spot for Farrell. Knight drops back, setting up the screen. He wants Wilkerson. He doesn't have it. Giving chase is McKinnis. Now Collins comes up and pushes him out of bounds for a loss of about 3. Back to the 20-yard line. 21 is where they'll spot him. Great hustle there by both McKinnis and Tyler White to force or flush Knight out of the pocket, and then Collins stepped up for the loss. So because Knight went out of bounds, clock does stop. 3:21, it's 3rd and 9. 3 receivers here to the near side. Hassan, his favorite targets, at the top of the screen. He's looking to the trip side. Pass was deflected. Richard Johnson getting his hands on that one. Welcome back, Richard Johnson, making a big play late in the game. 4th and 9. And this play has a lot riding on it.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
It's going to be a decision. Timeout, I think, is going to be called. And this is the biggest decision of the game. 4th and 9. You're deep in your own territory. You only have 1 timeout now, so if you punt it, you have to hope for 3 and out.
You got to.
I know you're the cross-country coach, but if you're on the other side and you're Coach Tommy Webb, what are you doing here, 4th and 9, your own 21?
Well, there hasn't been a 3 and out.
You're right. So, in a long time.
In a long time since the first quarter. The game started with 3 and outs consistently, and I think he's going to roll the dice and go. I think he's going to go for it. Because I mean, you're down 11.
3 minutes to go, 1 timeout.
Yeah. And the way we can control the ball, you put Matt Davis in at quarterback, and you just run that option. You run Michael Cox, who they're not tackling anyway. So it's almost like you can't put the ball in our hands.
So crowd on the feet, Hunter Hawk trying to get him up. 4th and 9 coming. They brought pressure on the last situation like this done. Coach Winter bring pressure again. You think he's going to let his guys sit back and play coverage?
I think he's going to sit back and play coverage.
We'll see what they do. Good pressure by the front last time. And now Coach Winter's going to call a timeout. Maybe like you and I, he was deciding whether to bring pressure or not up to the last minute.
That's right. It's kind of like you can't predict anything because all bets are off in this game.
You're right.
How many total points is this?
Uh-oh, here we go doing math again.
117.
117, yep.
So you don't ever want the other team to have the ball.
Absolutely not. So 4th and 9. I know we've got a lot of football left in this one, but as we look ahead, bye week for Holy Innocents. They haven't had a bye week since really early in the season.
Right.
And then they come back and they play Trinity Christian, who's ranked 12th in the power rankings. So 2 big chances for this team to get themselves in playoff positioning. It starts right here, and it could start with this 4th down stop, even though the chains on the far side read 3rd down.
Yeah,
now they fix it.
Yeah, get a stop here, and things are looking good.
Yep.
The way we can ball control and run out the clock.
3 receivers, Hassan to the top. Lawrence, who he's liked recently in the slot here at the bottom of the screen. Knight wants Hassan, goes deep. Hassan, did he catch it in bounds? He did.
He caught it. He caught it.
Nice play there, 21 yards on the pitch and catch. 15 yards on the pitch and catch. And nice job sticking the top of the route. Maybe a little bit of a push off there by the senior receiver, but when you're a senior and you're guarded by a freshman, you can get away with some of that stuff. So under 3 now. Knight drops back again. Steps up, flushed. He's gonna be taken down. A huge sack. Sam Aiken got there first. Griffin McKinnis had the chance to finish it off. In just a 4-man rush there. And that's all they needed to get pressure for their first sack of the night. And boy, what a good time did it come at.
And the clock runs.
So ball back to the 32-yard line. Loss of 6 on the play. Knight, quick throw, has Lord, pass, tipped. And Jack Felton couldn't quite get there.
Number 13, Taekwon Alexander.
So 3rd and 6, clock does stop.
So we got the 3rd and 15 for the Patriots.
So McKinnis, Cox, Johnston, and Sam Aiken trying to get pressure up front. The DBs are keeping everything in front of them. Xavier Smith, the extra safety, leaning over towards Hassan's side. 2 receivers each side. Knight looks right. Throw. Nice play by Smith to knock that one away. The freshman had a big tackle on special teams earlier in this half and makes a big play there, bringing up another 4th down that the Patriots need to convert. 1:57 to go. Xavier Smith, we saw him score a touchdown at quarterback earlier this season. It's a mop-up duty against Rutland, and the Patriots call their final timeout. We've had 69 total points in this second half. We've had a total of, what do we say, 107.
117.
117. And good job carrying your ones there, Tom.
Yeah, there you go, there you go.
But yet, there's still 2 minutes left. This all coming after a 7-0 opening quarter. 4th and 16, crowd on their feet. Knight's gonna take the snap with Wilkerson behind him. Now Wilkerson motions left where he's got tripped receivers. Cox bringing pressure off the edge, can't get him down. Now it's Hawk giving chase, down the sideline, knocked out of bounds by Collins, and it's gonna be a turnover on downs, and the Golden Bears are gonna take over. Cox came off the edge, forced Knight to step up. McKinnis flushed him out wide, and Collins and Hawk forced him out of bounds for the turnover on downs.
1st and 10 Bears.
And on senior night, with it being fall break and maybe not the biggest crowd, a huge performance by this Golden Bears team. The crowd filling up, coming to life here at the end to give the defense the support they needed.
And now we run out the clock.
Absolutely.
Now we run out the clock.
Probably need 1 first down to guarantee this thing being over. Hunter Hawk comes in for Michael Cox. Davis gives, Hawk keeps, stumbles forward, has a first down, steps out of a couple tackles, and dragged down inside the 10.
On the carry, number 22, big Hunter Hawk.
Hunter Hawk, 30 yards on that carry.
But not before he gets another Bears. First down.
Clock will wind once they set the chains for a first down. So that should do it. I don't think Holy Innocents, I think they can just take knees here and wrap this one up. We'll see what Coach Winter chooses to do. So, Don, this is Holy Innocents. We talked about it last week. They've been in every game, and it's been close. It's been contested. We'll see what they do here. They give the Hawk. He's gonna be just short, down at the 1. But sometimes, and especially with a new coach and kind of change the direction of the program, you got to learn how to win. And there's a lot of ways to win. And I think if you ask Coach Winter if it would take 59 points to get the biggest win of the season thus far, he'd be pretty shocked.
But this is a game where we're going to close. We're going to finish, get this young team some confidence that they can do it, beating a team ahead of them in the power rankings. Saving their season, or at least putting himself in a position where they don't have to necessarily win the
Right.
last 3 games. It would be nice, but they don't have to.
We talked about it. 5 puts you on the bubble. 6 pretty much guarantees you. Matt Davis takes a knee. And that should do it because that was with under 25. And that does do it. So a huge win. Coach Winter jumping around, fist pumping towards his offense. He knows the importance of that win as his Bears snap a 3-game losing streak. You see him meeting with Coach Webb. They're giving each other, they're probably saying, wow, that was a heck of a high school football game.
I'm tired of watching that one. That was a
But the Golden Bears snap a 3-game losing streak. They pick up their 3rd win of the season over a team ranked higher than the power rankings. Done. I would say the 2 biggest plays in this game. Obviously the Leighton Dixon pick six.
Yeah, that hurt.
But I think Farrell's kickoff return at the end of the half when it looked like Strong Rock was going to take the momentum gave a lot of confidence going into the half break.
He took it 61 yards, and then we got the ball back in the second half. They tried the onside kick, and then we got it. And then, but Leighton Dixon's play was huge because they were about to come take the lead.
Yes.
So about 14 touchdowns ago. I don't know. And then once he did that, then the pressure was on Strong Rock.
Yes.
Neither team stopping. The punter never saw anywhere near the field in the second half. Either team. But and it's good that Leighton did it because he been hurt this year, and to have him. And then there's that Graham Collins kid blocking the extra point.
And a big win on senior night. Collins, one of the 6 seniors that was honored here. The final score, Holy Innocents 59, Strong Rock 48. Holy Innocents goes into their bye week with some momentum, moving to 3-4 on the season and with a position to earn a playoff berth here in 2018. Thanks for tuning in to SUV TV's coverage of Holy Innocents Golden Bears football. For Dunn Neugebauer and our entire crew, I'm Ned Cage. Have a fantastic weekend.